Hi everyone, welcome to EDU130 Education, Schools, and Culture. My name is Andrea Brunell and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. So really welcome to the course. So what I would suggest that you start with is make sure you take a run through the student and course resources, take a look at the Student Academic Resources Handbook, the dates for this session, all the important dates, the Ed Programs Handbook. If you're taking the MTELs, there's a link to the MTEL support site and also the Career and Life Planning Center. So one thing that's important to know for this course is that there is required field work for this class. So you need to conduct a 1-hour observation in a setting that aligns with your career path. So if you plan to teach early childhood, schedule something preschool through first grade. If you plan to teach elementary ed, first through sixth grade, and if you're a non-education related major, schedule your observation. It can be a school, a church, daycare center, a residential group, any place that you are comfortable with making that observation. And the reason why I'm stressing this now is sometimes it takes a little while to actually get an hour observation in. Some school districts and programs require that you complete it's some kind of a background check to get in there. If you have any issues with getting your 1-hour observation in and you need to get a letter from me or a phone call from me to the program to verify that you're part of this course, let me know and I'd be glad to support you in that. So please know that in week 1, you are going to make sure that you get your assignment in on time. I can't accept any work after Saturday at 11:59, and that's because of federal and regulations and college policies. So make sure you get your week 1 assignments, actually every week's assignments in on time. So for our first week, we are going to be looking at the beginning of a book that is assigned for this course. So I'm not sure if this is reversed in your screen. I don't think so. It's called Fish in a Tree. It's by Linda Mullally Hunt. It's easy enough to get this at any bookstore, through Amazon. You can read it on your Kindle. You can get a copy at the library. The author is actually from Connecticut, pretty close by. And you're going to be reading chapters or listening to chapters 1 through 6. And then you're also going to be reading and watching The Education Crisis, and then selecting one of 2 of the Why Teachers Need to Become Change Agents or Why Do I Teach? So you can either watch one or both or choose one of them. And then you're going to get to choose 4 videos to watch. They're all really interesting. Rita Pearson, Linda Klatt-Wyman, Brene Brown, you may have heard of her, Sugatra Mitra, I have a couple of videos. Sir Ken Robinson is interesting, as is Jeffrey Canada, who was big. Actually, they're all big in our field. So whatever you would like to watch, choose 4, and they will inform what we are learning this week. So our first assignment is going to be a discussion. You can choose to either post a video discussion or you can do a written discussion. Remember that you should have citations and references either way. So if you're doing it in writing, just put them at the end, put your references at the end and your in-text citation in APA format in the actual discussion. If you're doing a video, you can sort of do the in-text citations by saying, in this video, I learned that X, Y, and Z. I consider that an in-text citation. And then either underneath your video or uploaded as a document, please make sure that you put your references. What this does, it shows me that you are making connections with your learning and any other research that you are choosing to do. So for this discussion, you're going to talk about, why do you think people teach? And then think about a teacher in your life at any point. It can be all the way back to preschool, if you remember that made a difference in your life and was a champion from you. In my case, I would write about my 6th grade teacher who I still think about to this day, made a big difference in my life. And then think about what kind of an educator you hope to be. So whether you're going into teaching, you're an occupational therapist, you're a physician's assistant, a counselor, a psychologist, you're all going to be teaching. In some way, you're going to be educating people. What do you hope for? So you're going to do that. You're going to post your initial response to that prompt with your references and citations by Thursday, and then respond to at least 3 classmates in your peer replies. So that is going to be sort of the pattern that we're using for the remainder of the class. And then your first assignment is you're going to develop a paper about school and education. You're going to define school and education based on the research that you've done. You're going to summarize the research on the differences, and then talk about your understanding of the differences, why they're important, why they're not important, what thoughts you have about that. And then you're going to really think about an effective school, that definition of what is an effective school. 3 to 5 characteristics that make them an effective school and some examples. And then, in your opinion, which of these characteristics do you think is the most important? So you are going to either do an APA paper, so with references and in-text citations. The paper should be in APA format, which means it should have a cover page, etc. Or you can do a presentation with a voiceover. So make sure that you take a look at the rubric and see what an exemplary paper or presentation is, review the best practices for assignments, and make sure that you submit no later than midnight on Saturday. If you have any questions during the week, feel free to reach out to me either through Canvas or send me an email. I will get back to you typically within a couple of hours. If not, within 24 hours. If for some reason you don't hear from me in 24 hours, make sure you reach back out to me, because either the email or the message has gotten buried or it didn't come through. And I really do want to make sure that I'm able to provide you with whatever support I can. So take care, and I will see you in the discussion boards this week. Have a great week.